Drills Talk, episode 91. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 4 reasons to celebrate more. This is based on a blog I wrote in the past entitled Raising Your Arms in Victory. See, we're told to celebrate new things. We're told to celebrate victory. And what we consider victory is acquiring new anything, new certificate, new degree, new job, new apartment, new house. But what I want you to understand is that there's a lot of things that we have that we need to celebrate. And it's not always about the new. It's not always about that shiny object. Sometimes it's about something that's been around for a while and you managed to keep it. Shout out to Brooklyn for no reason. Let's go.
Yo, Drills.
Created by the great wizard of the new world.
Drills Talk, episode 91. In this episode, we're going to discuss the top 4 reasons to celebrate more. But before we get started, please like, subscribe, show your love however you would like to show your love if you enjoy this video. Here we're an entrepreneurship-based channel. Every Monday we have a new blog. Every Wednesday a new Drills Talk. Every Friday I release an instrumental beat produced by yours truly to bring your weekend in. Let's get started. Number 1. Number 1 is old things. The old apartment, the old house, the old car, all the old things that you've maintained. See, maintaining something can be just as good as obtaining something new. Maintaining and maintenance overall takes work. A long relationship you've been in, that takes work. You're going to celebrate the new person, your first date, and always a big deal. But, what about the person you've been with for 5 years? How many dates was that? You know what I mean? If the first date on this new person gets all that attention and you want to do it right and, you celebrate when it goes correctly and you get a second one, what about that 5 years you got? Celebrate those relationships. Why not? Because we're told that new is victory. But that's not true. We need to get that out of our heads. Maintaining something for however long is cause a celebration. If you have a credit card and you've paid your credit card down to 0, that is amazing. That is an opportunity to celebrate. You have an old car that you've paid in full. That is amazing because there's people out here that's dying to get rid of their car note, but you don't have to worry about that. Your cost right now is insurance and gas. And you should celebrate every time that thing crank up. Every time you're rolling down the street and you see somebody in something a little newer, a little fresher, just understand that they're still paying for that. And you've paid for yours. And y'all both going 60. So what's the big deal? Celebrate. Turn that music up. Celebrate that your car is paid for. Celebrate that you've been in an apartment for a while and you've never been late. Celebrate that you've bought a house a couple years ago and you never missed a payment. Maintaining a house is hard. There's a lot of people that go to, getting a house and then it's foreclosure in their near future. They get a car and it's repossessed. You've made it to a point of you need to celebrate. And you should. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to wait for no new shiny nothing. Celebrate everything you've maintained in your life. Number 2. Number 2 are the subtractions. So we talked about additions not being the only thing we celebrate. We talked about things that stay around can also be things that we celebrate. Subtractions also. Some things we have in our lives, us taking them out of our lives improves it. We have a better life. We have less stress. We have more joy. And we don't celebrate that. Well, we should. People do have divorce parties. People do celebrate when they quit a job. You may think that we're celebrating the new job, but no, we're celebrating not having to go back to that old one. We're celebrating getting rid of the toxic person from our lives, even if, they were family or friends, or it doesn't matter. They're out now and your life is better for it. Celebrate subtractions also. And just get in the mode of celebrating things, all positives, not just some, not what somebody told you is party worthy. Have a get together with your friends to celebrate whatever. If you got good friends, make up things to celebrate. Oh, we're going to such and such, baby is having a birthday. You know the kids will be asleep by a certain time, but you want to invite them anyway. Let the kids go to sleep. And then we partying, we talking, whatever, we celebrating just because. There's nothing wrong with that. The subtraction, a big subtraction, will be subtracting whatever everybody else is telling you as far as what you can and cannot celebrate. Subtracting the noise. Just because they're not happy enough to celebrate something that you're willing to celebrate, okay, well, then they won't be invited. No problem. I'm here to be happy. I'm focused on being happy. There's enough wrong with the world. I'm going to practice celebrating. Now, I don't have to overly celebrate. It could be, just a couple of friends or, just me and, my significant other, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter what you want to do or who you partying with or celebrating with. Just celebrate. You celebrate additions. You celebrate subtractions. You also celebrate what you've kept and maintained. Absolutely nothing wrong with those things. Number 3. Number 3 is mental health. Really overall health. But mental health is something that, you can't really see. So yeah, you want to celebrate not having any ailments. There's a huge virus going around. There's cancer everywhere. And you can celebrate just simply being healthy. But celebrating being okay here with everything that's going on is cause for celebration. And that celebration could be chilling, relaxing, watching a funny movie that you enjoy, sipping on some wine, listening to some jazz, whatever relaxes you. Because nowadays, just simply being mentally healthy is cause for celebration. Now, that may be sad, but that's where we are. There's people that have been out of work for years now. There's people that have, been dealing with losses of multiple family members because of the virus that's going on. There's people who have been sitting at home because the government has set up this payment plan to where they're making more money staying at home than they would be if they were to go back to their job. And then eventually that time's going to run out. And now they're used to that money and they have to go back to that job that pays less. And maybe that job's not even there anymore when they go back. What do you think that's doing to a person's head? Yeah, maybe they should have known that eventually it would have stopped. But why even set something up like that? What is that going to do to a person's psyche when the government sets up a system or something to give you more than you had before and then pull the rug from under you and tell you that, hey, you gotta go back and figure yourself out again? What is that going to do to a person? Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know what to do. I learned how to budget this new money. And even if they didn't budget the new money and they budget their old money and maybe stashed away the extra, how long is that extra going to last while they're looking for a new job? Is it going to last long enough? Probably not. And you think that that person's not up worrying about that? You think that the mental health is not taking a hit? Absolutely. So if you are one who are not dealing with any of those issues, that's cause for celebration. Anytime you are in a good mood for a while, you should celebrate and show appreciation to yourself and everybody around you that, hey, when we're good and nothing's going on negative, we should celebrate that too. And then you'll probably find somebody in your circle that maybe they're not too good. And because you're in position to help them out. Win-win. Number 4. Number 4 is relationships. Now, I'm not talking about the boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife thing. No, I'm talking about friendships. We don't celebrate friendships. We have wedding anniversaries. We have, relationship anniversaries, but we have friends for 10 years. And it's like, oh, I knew you for 10 years. Goodness, I didn't even know. Think about all the joy over those 10 years. Celebrate that. Think about all the opportunities that you wouldn't have had with that friend. Who'd you meet through that friend? Who'd you meet because of that friend? But What kind of opportunities presented themselves because you just happened to be a friend of that person? How much fun did you guys have? What did you teach each other? That's all cause for celebration. Appreciate that friend. They may not be, a super close friend. They might not be your best friend. But that person introduced you to someone who got you the job you had. That person introduced you to the person you ended up marrying. That person showed you your love for something that you didn't even know you had. And you've then since gotten really good at it and monetized it. They gave you a career and a friendship. That's cause for celebration. Celebrate your relationships, even if it's not a close friendship. Whatever it is, celebrate that, because if they're a phone call away or a text away or a DM away, private message away, and y'all can help each other, then that's cause for celebration. To have that connection is enough. We need to celebrate more, and don't be afraid of it. Do not wait for the shiny new object. We have enough to be grateful for right now. Drills Talk, episode 91, to the top 4 reasons to celebrate more. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's drills.com. Check this shit out. It's Drills.